What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today, I'm Bancroft joining you all once again, and we're going over some Fusion World stuff. It's about 2 weeks old, which is fine. I've had a lot of stuff going on, but I wanted to get back into talking about Fusion World stuff. But what I wanted to talk about were the 4 leaders that are coming up for the next set. Yes, there's only 4 leaders, and I think by now, everyone, if you're watching this video, you probably have already seen it. This will be more or less my take on these 4 leaders and what I'm excited for. So, starting out, we have Son Goku, another Goku leader, which is very common with Masters as well. We're going to probably get a Goku leader for every set. But front side, pretty simple. You draw 1 when you attack. The difference, though, here is that you awaken when your life is 3 or less. You draw 1 card from this card over. So that could be finicky. Going down to 3 life isn't as scary because there isn't as many double strike cards to worry about. Because, if you go down to 3, if you go, say if you're at 4 life and someone swings a double strike at you, if you take that, you go down to 2 life and then you can awaken then. That's a bit scary. I will say that. So just know when to combo out of stuff, know where to save, depends what your opponent's playing with, and also kind of keep track of where they're at energy-wise, know what they can play. But once you awaken, I think this is the first leader, at least the first idea of a card that allows you to play cards cheaply. So when attacking, draw 1 card, very simple. But the activate main is a once per turn for 1 energy. You discard 1 card from your hand, so you do lose on a hand advantage, which is the trade-out here. But you get to play up to 1 battle card with 20,000 power or less, and determine power in its special trait from your hand. So now, the determinate power is a new special trait for set 2, and we've got quite a bit. At the time of me recording this, we've had a couple of showcase already. So let me kind of cover those real quick. So, kind of backtracking as far as, going up to date at the time, like I said, recording this video, there have been 5 red cards revealed, well, 5 red battle cards have been revealed so far. All of them do have the determinate power keyword, or sorry, special trait. And obviously, one's a super combo, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to bypass that one. So, we have Kefla, which is 20k. I think, actually, all of them, yeah, so far, all of them but the super combo, I mean, yeah, technically you can play the super combo if you wanted to as well. So every card's revealed you can play if you wanted to, because it doesn't specify a cost to this. So as long as it has the 20,000 power or less, you could play it. So we're going to ignore the super combo. But we have Kefla, which if your leader is awakened, you gain 5,000 power. So it makes her 20k on play. She normally costs 4 to play, but you're paying her for 1 energy, discarding 1 card. And then on play, you draw 1 card, so you're kind of replacing that card that you just discard. Or more or less replacing her. I mean, however you want to look at it. But when, draw 1 card, then play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less and tournament power and a special trait from your hand. So paying 1, discarding 1 card allows you to play her, draw a card, and then play another card afterwards. Which is kind of nice because the next couple cards fall under what she can play. So moving over to Rosie. And she has a auto when attacking. This card gets plus 5,000 power for the turn for each of your opponent's battle cards. Which is kind of weird because sometimes, like in Fusion World, I've learned that if you let your opponent mass a board, it becomes harder for you to defend against in the long run. Because there's no negates in Fusion World. So like every attack, it could be, like, granted, once you awaken, it gets tricky. Like, it's 15k to 20k. But you have a potential, like, if you let them get a board, they can have like 5 cards attacking you in 1 turn, and if you're not trying to take damage, you're practically losing your resources. But if you allow them to mass a board, she can be really big. It's kind of a weird card. I don't know the importance of this one's going to be. Then we have Tien for, obviously can be played with the leader as well, but like I said, you play Kefla, which allows you to play Tien. And then Tien, on play, you can play up to 3 Tiens, Tien Shinhan's cards with 15,000 power or less from your hand, which will probably be like the 1 cost, the one that's in set 1, which is a normally 1 energy. But if you save your starting hand for when you awaken, you have the Kefla, you have this Tien, and you have 3 other Tiens. That can be kind of annoying to play against, and allows you to just spam the board. Great, you're out of cards in your hand, and your opponent's leader is most likely 20k, so that's not as beneficial. But hey, it is an option. And the last, we have the Android 18, which on your opponent's turn gets 5k power. So you play her, you attack her. She's a little bit harder for your opponent to get rid of. This leader is gonna be really fun. I do look forward to playing with this leader, and obviously mixing it with the super rare Kefla as well. Going over to the next leader, we have yellow, which is Vegeta. You draw one card on attack, and then when your life is 4 or less, you draw one card. Pretty standard when it comes to just attacking and awakening. But now, when attacking, you draw one card, then at the end of your turn, you switch up to 2 of your rest mode energies to active mode. There are a lot of the cards we've been getting, at least in this set, are extra cards with an energy cost of 2. So it kind of allows you, at least in this instance, to play those cards, which is pretty nice. And for example, the one that we have out is the Blue Power Awakening. For 2 yellow energy, activate main. This is granted during your turn. Choose up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards with energy cost 6 or more and KO it. But activate battle. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards. It gets plus 25,000 power for the battle. So it's kind of like a last resort, kind of like, protection hit type thing, which isn't bad. But in set 1, we do have the Death Ball already as a card. So using this Vegeta and resetting 2 of your energy, you can possibly, play a couple of those, I forgot what it's called, Blue Power Awakening. And yeah, you can pay 2 energy for that. Or you could pay 1 energy for Death Ball, which is activate battle, choose your leader, or up to one of your battle cards. It gets plus 15,000 power for the battle. Then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 3 or less, switch it to rest mode. What's great about this compared to the Blue Awakening is it's 1 energy, it's a 15k boost. So yeah, 2 energy gives you a 25k boost, which is great. But if your opponent only combos say like 10k higher, then I'd rather pay 1 energy here and then pay 1 more energy for another attack afterwards. This kind of allows you to kind of divvy it out. But I'm really curious about where this set's going to go with this leader, because obviously it wants you to use those energies during your opponent's turn for some reason. And it, like I said, the Blue Power Awakening may not be a good enough reason. We are getting things you do during your opponent's turn through other means, like the Bulma SR cards coming out, which has an activate battle, doesn't specify whose turn. What's great about those is you switch this card to rest mode, and it add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 4 or less, switches to rest mode. If you have a rest mode battle card with an energy cost 3 or more, you draw 1 card. So, you can use this to draw a card during your opponent's turn, or more or less just control your opponent's board, which I actually like that a lot. The problem is that the way you play around this is that if you are playing a battle card, well, you swing the battle card first. Don't swing the leader first, because then they'll just switch the battle card to rest mode. But it's a way to manipulate your opponent's board, but it doesn't cost any energy. So I'm just curious if we're getting anything else that will allow you to do stuff during your opponent's turn. The other 3 cards we got was the Gohan Restand to Piccolo with energy cost. Choose one of your Piccolo battle cards with a cost of 3. It switches to active mode. Has to be 3, which is very interesting because the blocker Piccolo coming out in this set is a 3 cost, and when KO, choose one of your battle cards and switch it to active mode. So you could really go back and forth. Like you could swing the Piccolo if you have it already, pay 2 to play the Gohan, restand the Piccolo, then attack with it again. And then during your opponent's turn, if you block with the Piccolo, it doesn't die. You can activate battle to switch to Bulma the rest mode to restand the Piccolo to block another attack. So it's kind of fun there. And Goku just gets, if your opponent has 3 or more rest mode battle cards, it gets plus 5k during your turn. So yeah. Moving over to the next one, which I'm a bit iffier, I think, on this one, and we double check real quick. So activate main. One attack. So Zamasu, Fuse. Let's get that out of the way first. But when attacking, draw 1 card. Awaken also in this card is 3 or less life. You draw 1 card, flip over. Once you've awakened, you don't get a draw anymore, which is kind of weird. So I guess you need to rely more on cards that allow you to recover cards, such as peel off or just drawing cards as well. Activate main once per turn for 1 energy. You discard 1 card from your hand. If your life is 2 or less, which I don't like the idea of that at all, because that puts you in threat of losing, you get to add the top card of your deck to your life. Okay, so there's recovery there, which is nice, but I don't know. He is a 25k leader, which is kind of the level of Broly, so it is harder to deal damage to this card. It makes your opponent have to waste more cards to get rid of it. But the fact that you can't get cards is very frustrating. Now, what makes Goku Black so good is popping a Zamasu to play your next Goku Black for 2 less energy, and then you could play cards from your drop that way, which is great, or add them to your hand. I think, yeah, it's recovery. But this right here, there isn't much recovery. So like, if you're doing this ability, I feel like if you're playing this deck, I feel like you need a lot of recovery cards or a lot of cards that allow you to draw cards because you want a hand. So yeah, this can be tricky. I'm interested in seeing where it goes, but this one isn't, in my opinion, the greatest of them all. And at the time of recording this video, the 4 cards that did come out, there is a level of searchability. So we have Shin, which on play, look top 5 cards your deck, reveal up to 1 card with Patora, which is a new special trait if I recall correctly as well, in its special traits, and add it to your hand and place the rest of the cards bottom of your deck. So you do get to kind of look for cards you want. One of those cards could be Vegeta. When KO, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. I don't like that one as much. Yes, it is for 2 energy, a 20k battle card that your opponent eventually needs to take care of. But if they played their cards right, they could kind of like get past that KO effect. And then we have Zuno, which is a blocker, but on play, looks top 3 cards of your deck, and you place them at the top or bottom in any order. So it allows you kind of to get cards you want to add to your hand. And then the last one that's kind of been real at the time of me doing this is Zamasu for 2 energy. This card can't be removed from the battle by an opponent's skill. When attacking, you discard 1 card from your hand to draw 1 card. Sure. Once again, this leader does not draw 1 awakening, so you're losing out on more cards that way. So just kind of be careful how you play this leader. I am intrigued on seeing where it goes, and this leader does have the Patora tagline. So maybe I'm just missing something. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this leader. I personally think we could have done a little better maybe, but hey. And the last leader, it's Cell. Cell's come back. I'm kind of iffy on this because of Cell's not my favorite leader to play against in Masters. Well, at least certain Cell decks. But this one is a draw 1. When your life is 4 or less, you draw 1 flip over. So very standard on the front side. On the back side, when attacking, draw 1 card. Activate main once per turn. If you have 5 energy, and that is 5 energy, add up to 1 card with energy cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy. So it allows you kind of ramp up. So this deck can have a lot of abilities kind of ramping up and going back down to 5. Ramping up and going back down to 5. I'm intrigued to see where this goes. And I know there is an 8-drop Cell in this set, so obviously at some point you need to go up to 8 energy. But it is pretty nice that like you can play the good green ramp cards, and then whenever you have 5 energy and you're awakened, you just go activate main, ramp a card, which is nice. I will say, playing against this deck, maybe you don't do the ramp right away. Like you spend the first 5 turns just kind of playing normal and hope your opponent gets you down to 4 life, so that way you can awaken on turn 5 and then get that nice ramp, and then you can, because it doesn't say place it in rest mode, so you get to just put it there in active mode, and then you can turn around and just say pay 3 to ramp energy, pay 3 ramp energy, boom, you're at 8 energy, and then on your next turn you can play the 8-drop. But let's look at the other cards that did come out for this set as of right now. So starting with the Cell Junior, it is a permanent. If you have a Cell battle card with an energy cost with a cost of 8 or more in the battle area, you can use and play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. The use part throws me off, but I think it's just a weird translation issue. You can just pretty much play it for free, which is great. And then on play, add to 1 extra card from your drop to your hand. I need to go over this because I wasn't touching about the extra cards really on some of the colors we went over, but I will talk about this one in particular. So you could pull back the ramp ones, which are great, but you can also pull back Senzu Bean, which is really good because Senzu Bean is a way of recovery. So there's an activate battle for Senzu Bean. Choose your leader or up to 1 of your battle cards, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So for 2 energy, your leader comes 25k, and if you obviously put this in Broly, makes your leader a 30k for 2 energy, which is just really good. But for 5 total energies, you pay 2 for the energy cost of the card. Then you activate main, you pay 3 energy for the active main. So it's 5 energy in total. You add the top card of your deck to your life. So, especially if you're ramping, if you got nothing to play, which I don't think ever really happens, but if you ever need to recover that a life, boom, you're good to go. That's since it means to be really great, especially with this Cell Junior being able to recover it for free if you have an 8 drop on board. And if you don't have an 8 drop board, it's still 2 energy, you recover an extra card. Going over the SR, which we have Trunks Future. If you have 5 or more energy, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your energy in rest mode. Yeah, I mean, combine this with Cell, you just ramp 1 energy used for free, and then you pay 3, play this, boom, and now you're at 7 energy. That works. Hell, if you have 2 of these, you can play them back to back. And he's a 20k, so he's still kind of a beater. But then auto once per turn, when your battle card with a cost of 5 or more is removed from the battle area by your opponent, this card gets plus 10,000 power until the end of the next turn. And then we have Spy Robot. This is nice. All right, I'm back. I had to take a quick step away. I think I was Spy Robot, and this is it's a cute card. That's a good way of putting it. So for 1 energy, you play this card. You activate main once per turn. Choose 3 cards from your opponent's hands, and they reveal them. And so you get some insight on what's happening. Yeah, I don't see this card really being played. It's a 10k combo card, which is nice. So if you're going for a game, you want to pay 1 because you have the open energy for it. Sure, pay 1 and go, all right, cool. Let me see those 3 cards. And it may give you an idea, oh, maybe not their whole hand of 10Ks. And you can turn around and just combo this card afterwards. Sure. That's cool because it doesn't set itself for rest mode. And also, like, if you play this card, look at their hand, and then say pass, and they don't do anything with it, they're going to shuffle their hand before you use the effect. So you may still get the same 3 cards again, or 2 of the 3 cards. Yeah, like, there's better cards. Like, this is cute. I like the idea of it, but ultimately I don't think it's beneficial at all. But hey, it's Spy Robot, and it's playable probably. Next we have Son Gohan Childhood, which is Double Strike, 6 energy. That's it. Like, it's not Cell support, but it's still, it's something that's just going to be a boss monster on a deck that's ramping you cards, which Green's just good at doing. But hey, those are the 4 leaders. I guess if I were to touch back real quick to follow this video up to the end, maybe I'll just do this is an up-to-date Fusion World, not just talk about the leaders, but talk about all the cards that have came out up to this point. So the other 2 cards I failed to mention was the Glimpse of a Hidden Arrogance, which is the red extra card for 2 energy. Activate battle, choose your leader, up to one of your battle cards gets plus 25,000 power for the battle. Then, if you have a battle card with 30,000 power or more, and add up to 1 battle card with a cost of 4 or less from your drop to your hand. So it allows you to possibly get a 10k combo back for paying 2 energy, getting out of an attack. It's nice. I don't see playing a 4-0. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't see it. And then the activate main the next is Time Ring. For 1 energy, activate main. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Place them at the top or bottom in any order. Draw 1 card. So this deck needs some form of drawing, something to help you get cards to your hand that you want, and be able to kind of look at the top set of cards and rearrange them how you want. Then you place them on top or bottom, and then you draw 1 card afterwards. Is really good. It just allows you to get the resources you need in your hand or help set up resources for future draws. But yeah, that's today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, that's it. Bye. Oh, let me know what you think about these decks and what you're excited for Fusion World Set 2. Yeah, all right, bye.